Piper with the weekend video on Saturday the 1st of February. So happy Brexit Day. Let's start with gold this morning. We got this 5-0 advance from the August 2018 low, which we caught rather well, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now, however, I think the count probably, I mean, that's a valid count, but I think maybe we're seeing an extended third wave here. So 1, 2, 1 of 3, and this is a correction of 3. Now, what will tell us, give us a clue here, is how big this correction is. If it goes down to here, then it could be a wave 2 of the initial 5 I was pointing out to you. It goes beyond that, it would tend to confirm that definitely. If it's subnormal, in the sense it ends around, say, 1525, then it would tend to confirm that we're seeing a part of the third wave. In fact, this is quite a critical point for the gold or currency substitutes. You know, gold, silver, and Bitcoin, Ethereum, all in the same kind of position. The current correction is pretty critical. Let's go down a leg. Right, so if we look at just the last section here, this 5-0 advance here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You see that the A wave here brought us close to the 50% level around 1528. We're currently seeing the B wave rally, which is yet to show it's over, in fact. But another leg down to the 61.8% level around 1510 would be a nice ABC to correct just this move here, which, as I say, could be part of the third wave. And so, if we start to get a decent bounce from there, then at that point we could revise the count more definitely that we're still in this third wave of move. So let's have a look at silver now. All right, look at silver now. We can see that the low we saw back in May 2018, sorry, 2019, clear 5 rows up, a big wave 2 correction. So the two are, you know, on the same, obviously, level. Now wave 3 is coming into its own. In fact, wave 2 of 3 may already be over, and 3 of 3 may now have begun on silver. Let's go down a leg. So we've got 1 of 3 here, A, B, C. We've got a 5 waves up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suggesting we could see a bit of a correction now. If so, then that would be a good thing to buy. So we came down to, I don't know, 1770 thereabouts. We could see a startling rally of a third of a third there. Gold, meanwhile, may fall a little bit further and be in the same point, perhaps a week or so hence. And the crypto is actually doing something similar. So we are getting this fairly strong indication from all these markets that we're going to see an important low in the foreseeable future, and possibly a very substantial rally coming in. Right, turning to Bitcoin, we again have 5 rows up off the low, which is very encouraging. The uptrend is with us now. 1, 2. Problem is this third wave here. We count that as a 2, which is really subnormal, really. 3, and then a 4 and a 5. It just looks more like a 1, 2, 3, really. In which case, this could be a 4 of 3 and a 5 of 3. So the same parameters apply. If this correction here remains contained, then that would suggest that, in fact, we've got a third wave up to here, in line with silver and what may be on gold, and then we've got the fifth wave to come. So that could fool all the people, I guess. People could sell off here. I mean, it's worth taking profits at the moment, because we are likely to see a C wave in any case. Although I would, it depends on your style. I think the risk is, of course, you miss out on a great big move to the upside, because this market is certainly volatile and can do what it wants to do rather than what any wave theory thinks it perhaps should do. But I think we are due a bit more of a sell-off, and then this fifth wave coming in of 3, and then a fourth wave, and then a fifth wave. And then a bigger correction. So I guess even if in the two possibilities is wave 5, we've got the 5 waves up already in place, So expect a bigger correction, maybe down to 8,000, maybe test wave 4 and 8.2. Or we probe higher, maybe we're going above 10 certainly, and probably pull up above 11. And then we see a correction again, possibly back down to around 8.2, and then we see an even, we then start the third of a third, and it's again, it could be a very significant move. I mean, the key thing is to get in at those lows really, but of course the market might decide something very different. But certainly on Elliott Wave's principles, we are liable to see a correction, a bigger correction, before we see a very substantial rally. But as I say, these things aren't certain. Ethereum again has a similar situation really. It's a bit clearer, 1, 2, but even here we've got a 1, 2, then a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, this could be 4 of 3, 5 of 3, ABC down, for some kind of fourth wave, and then the fifth wave. So in all cases, we are. It looks like we've got some downside to come, but it could be a subnormal pullback before more upside, and then a bigger decline. But it should become clearer, and I'll try and guide you through this, as it were. I mean, I've taken some profits recently. I've still got positions. I'm still hanging on to my actual Bitcoin and Ethereum, etc., and gold, etc. But I will be looking for a good entry point to add on to this again, all these markets, because they're all looking very positive. Going forward in the next 6 months, next year, I still think we're going to see something fairly, possibly astounding, I think is the word I would look for. Looking at the DAX, we saw this peak at new highs just a few weeks ago, really. 5 waves down, and I warned you that this was could be serious. ABC just retested the previous all-time high. Looks like we're in a third wave here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Probably not complete by the looks of it. So that looks like it's going to continue. I don't know whether this coronavirus is going to have a bearing here. I mean, it's quite difficult to get any accurate information on it. I mean, we're told there's about 10,000 plus infections, less than 10% mortalities, but even less than that recoveries. So apparently there's 80% who have yet to recover but aren't fatalities, but there's no information I can find about how they're doing or what's likely to happen. So, I mean, I appreciate the news, man recovers from virus, hasn't got the same impact as somebody who sadly dies. But you think they could actually issue some clear information about the likely eventual recovery rates and mortality rates. But that seems to be missing at the moment from the information pack. But please let me know if I've missed something. But certainly on the DAX, this is looking quite ominous. With the third wave down of 3, and a fourth and a fifth to come. So although the fastest section may be over, we've still got lower prices to come, I think, on the DAX. All right, finally look at Wall Street. We had this peak around 29.4, a clear ABC, A wave, B wave, but the C wave seems to be extending. I mean, C waves can be 5 over form, so 1, 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3 maybe, 3 of 3. So again, the serious phase could be over, but still wave 3 needs to end, 4 and 5 to come in. So again, the Dow looks more negative also, although it does count as a correction on the Dow and as a new impulsive move down on the DAX. So that's of some concern. Personally, I think the DAX will probably suffer because of the UK has now left the Union, and I think that's quite a major blow actually, firstly economically, and secondly to the whole structure of the EU, which is I think very questionable in my mind anyway. Anyway, that's enough for today. If that's useful, back to the report for subscribers on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.